You're well. Is the bull run here? Let's talk about it real quick. If you like what you're hearing, please consider subscribing. Yes, we're green. Yes, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. And yes, people are getting out of the dollar. Money's coming into Bitcoin. So what follows? Alts will follow. We have to be careful though. I beg you to just don't FOMO in. I've been buying here and there. I've loaded up on a lot of the DCAing, but you're not missing out. What's going to happen is this, first Bitcoin gets a little influx like it just did, 91K. That's great. Remember, a little news will bring it back down. So I'm just trying to, keep us in reality here. If we get more and more good news and ETFs keep buying, and we liquidate a bunch of shorts, which I don't know what we've done. Supposedly there were a ton of shorts up at 90K. Maybe there were, but I think we would have popped up a heck of a lot higher if that was the case. So I have to look at that. I know there were significant ETF inflows, which is nice. Let's see what's happening today. So yes, some of your alts are moving. A lot of things are turning green. Hopefully, you've been on the sidelines collecting dry powder or DCAing a little bit like I have been on certain things. I've been buying some more of my degenerate things. Hi, Luca. What's up? What is up? I just caution you, be very careful for all of you listening to this. It's great to see green. I'm very happy about it, but we always have to be looking at the big picture. We have to pay attention to macro news. People are getting tired of Bitcoin going down and not being in it, so they are buying it. But what the problem is this. People are going to look at their green, and they're going to look at the portfolio, and they're going to start jumping in. There's nothing wrong with buying some here and there. I have no issue with buying in the green. I buy it all the time, Luca, my brothers and sisters, all the time. Nothing wrong with that. Excuse the rain. I have no control over that. But right now, with the dollar going down, and I believe we have a lot of whales that are picking up Bitcoin at those levels. And yes, we could say sellers are exhausted. I don't think sellers are exhausted. I think we have just been on the sidelines. I don't know what the volume is right now. It can't be that extremely significant, but I'd have to look at it. I'm on the road. Can't do that. Nothing changes at all. What would be great is, if we don't have a ton of bullshit macro stuff and tariffs and Donald Trump getting nuts. China, we need to talk with China. I believe we've had some negotiations with India, which is wonderful. Believe it or not, that is very significant. But we have to come to peace with China in regards to these tariffs, because no one's going to win out of that. We will lose actually more than they do. So we need to, instead of doing it from, oceans away, we need to have conversations. Not we, but Trump and Xi. I expect big impulse due to global M2. I'm hoping you're right. How do you view this? I view this right now about what's happening. I just think, like I said, people getting, dumping the dollar, feeling a little anxious, but they're going into Bitcoin. There's some money coming into Bitcoin. We haven't seen anything yet, right? We have to wait and see what happens. Your alts were lagging always. We may see some stupid meme coins, popping up because people are down a lot of money. Half of their portfolio is taking a hit, but it's okay. The other half is doing fine. So people are going to start loading in because we are short-sighted as a race, as a species, I should say. We forget. It'll only take a couple days of green to people thinking bull run is here, bull run is here, bull run is here. It is not. All the parameters remain. Serious volume, all that stuff. Macro, as I said for over a year after, while I started this channel, macro will change everything. We are correlated. Yes, we're not totally correlated right now to the stock market. That's just because people are getting out of the stock market and actually some putting it into crypto. Bitcoin, that is. The people buying alts are us. The people, that's what's bringing up some of the alts. And remember, a lot of these alts, it does not take much to move it. Something that has 50 million, 100 million, you could see quant, if that gets an influx, that could be, could double and triple easily because of the circulating supply. So everyone has herd mentality. So if they start seeing green, they're going to shit, I have all this money on the sidelines, or I took out a loan, whatever. I've got this money. I got to jump in. That's what will happen. But remember, there will be profit taking. I firmly believe there's nothing totally sparking this behind the, majorly behind the scenes, except for, negotiations and people, possibly feeling some optimism about wanting to get it back into higher risk assets. They're getting out of equities, and we typically fall with them, but we have followed them. So I really think we just have to wait and see. I don't think there's anything wrong with buying. I've been buying, but you have to understand that just some news will push Bitcoin back down to $83,000, $84,000. I'm not saying that's going to happen. God, I hope it doesn't happen. I'm not one of those who ever want to go, oh yes, please, I can buy more. That's not my vibe. We've waited long enough. If we have not been accumulating over the last 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 1 month, then that's on us. Right? We have projects. I'll take Proppy. I talk about a lot of the same projects. I could talk about a million of them. Quant. Could have bought, people buying it at over $100. You could have bought it at, 30, 40, 50 bucks. Metas DAO, $100. Now it's at 11, 12, 13 bucks. So these things, you could say they're down 90% and all that. They're actually not. That's how math works, I understand. But when something goes up from $1 to $2, that's 100%. When something goes from $1 to $100, and then it goes back down to $1, you say it's like 99%. Well, actually, it's more than that. It's thousands of percent, because when something from $1 goes to $100, we say thousands of percent it went up. But we don't do the same in reverse. So we're down, meaning we're down significantly. A lot of things that I bought at 2 cents are at a quarter of a penny. So keep in mind, it will take a lot of money to come in to get up your portfolio, but it certainly could happen. Just please, I'm listening to all these channels and they're so excited. I have to be the voice of reason. That's why some of you listen to this channel. I'm the voice of reason. I'm only realistic, but I want it to go well. Let's just wait and see. Time will tell. The next couple days will tell, but it all depends on what goes on macroly. So I hope you all have money waiting for the right moments. There's nothing wrong with buying now, like I said, but expect, a sell-off. There will be profit taking if it go up significantly. I don't know where the shorts are, like, as I mentioned, for Bitcoin, but what we could really need, if we pop up to 93, 94, 95K, remember, there is going to be profit taking. We very easily could, depending on where the shorts are, pop to 100. But there's a lot of people stuck at 100K, 90K that are going to be getting out, taking a little profit, breaking even, staying with their altcoins. Remember that. So I've been DCAing a lot of Proppy and some other shit coins and Goldfinch and other things like that. Injective a ton. I wanted to buy Avalanche, a bunch of Avalanche, around $15, $60. I just didn't. I have a lot of it. I'm in the money on it. Just because I'm not buying any new projects, that's for sure. I don't know what narratives will take off when we finally do get into a bull run. Will it be AI, RWA? All along, you can't go wrong with Ondo. And I've been talking about Goldfinch forever. I don't necessarily love Goldfinch as an actual company or anything, to be honest with you, but their tokenomics are wonderful. And at 60 cents, you couldn't lose. Their volume went down to 200K. And so I went against my rules. I don't typically buy things when they go down to 200, 300, below $1 million of volume. But I knew if I bought a shitload, I'd be able to get out if I wanted to. And I brought down my lower average in. That's the power of DCAing. The hope is that it does come back, which it did. And I should probably sell right now. A bunch of projects like that I haven't been doing, like Shadow Token. I bought a ton at $1.30, $1.90, 80 cents. It's at 10 cents. I'm not buying that shit. But because of the tokenomics, it could pop up to 50, 60, 70 cents, no problem. Because of the tokenomics when it moves. That one, if it gets to $1, I'm out. I'll just take my money and have it on the sidelines to reallocate for crypto, not profits. I'm not going to take it out. I'll take out money for taxes if I make money on it and then be ready to deploy. Because to me, that money's considered gone, because it, $1.30, $1, my average is down on it, but it's at 10 cents. So for that to get back to $1 will take a lot, but because of the tokenomics, like I said, it can pop up with enough volume. So I like what I'm seeing, but one day, one night, and in one day, 2 days does not make a bull market. But it can change some sentiment. So if macro goes well, volume comes in, Bitcoin stays strong, money will start coming into altcoins. That's 100%. If it follows what I just said, and everyone will tell you this as well, Bitcoin stays strong, money comes in, macro doesn't screw us. Macro economics, meaning us and the world, and things stay status quo right now. We start talking and Trump doesn't go nuts and doesn't threaten Powell more. Who knows? Maybe part of that is market likes that. Initially it hated it. Equities hate it, but maybe crypto likes it a little bit. I've been talking forever. Why is Trump not pushing hard on Powell? Now, you don't need to call him a loser and all that shit, but have talks with him and tell him this is what we need to do. Look at, break it down from a different point of view. Powell does need to go, but not by Trump's hand. He needs to go on his own, and we need someone in there to lower rates. They have been high long enough. You even have, I've been saying this forever, but you even have serious economists and financial analysts coming around and saying, we need to lower rates and we need to lower them now. That's the bottom line. But the truth of the matter is, none of them know shit. No one knows anything, because you have half of them saying we're in a recession, Jamie Dimon or Larry Fink. And then you have the other half saying, no, we have no, the CEO of Exxon Mobil saying, no, we have no signs of a recession. So everyone has an opinion, just like everyone has a mouth. And we'll just have to wait and see. So I'm here to help with anything. This was just a random video. I wanted you guys to, play it cool. There's nothing wrong with buying. Just be careful. I usually say when I buy, I don't like to, when the market is down horribly, I don't love to say what exactly I'm buying and how much, because I don't want anyone to, not that I have an influence, but, I don't want anyone to get screwed over. But I do always say there's nothing wrong with DCAing if you are okay with it going down or being patient. This game is all about patience. Hi, Cheryl. Markets hate uncertainty. I think the market is coming around. Yes, markets always hate uncertainty, and that's what's going on. It's been going on since Trump took office, or actually before that. During the race, they didn't know what was going to go on and who was going to win. So you're right. Ambiguity is no good. Markets may definitely come around, but it's all macro reliant, So anyways, if you're new to here, subscribe if you will. That was a quick video. I just wanted to say, be patient, have money ready, look at the projects, look at my portfolio videos that I've done. None of that's really changed. If there's some things I can help you on a project, let me know. Already bought some, sold. Okay. But I'm a trader, probably not in long. Okay, so you're a trader. I can't help with people trading. I make a couple trades here and there, pretty significant ones, a couple times a year at the most, and I get out usually within a week. That's all I got. I'm home. Got to do some work. I'm here if you guys need me, so don't hesitate to ask. Cheryl, be good. Luca, be good. Anyone else, subscribe and ask me questions. If you need anything, I'm here to help. Wait and see what happens with the market, but there's nothing wrong with buying. Be careful, though. Be careful. You need anything, I'm here. Take care.